So I know that you guys have squashed the beef with Fat Joe now, and it's all peace. But that situation started from PO, right? Because I saw a video of PO talking about how he had a situation with Joe where they had a little confrontation and he aired out Joe on a DVD, and then you guys ended up doing the whole diss song thing.
Yeah. So what? This is what had happened. It was a guy named Truth DVD. My dude, Truth, right? He has a lot of circulation with his DVD. His DVD was starting to make its rounds throughout the industry because that was the DVD era. You remember that era? Smack
Right,
DVD,
right.
come up DVD. So Truth had his footings in that business. He came to do an interview with me. Now P.O., God bless his soul, P.O. was a drinker. He a drink, and when he get in that mood, he just start firing, right? So he start firing off at the mouth. Yo, that fuck Fat Joe, just out the blue. Now the dude came to interview me, and we just talking about regular stuff. But P.O. took over the interview because once you say something like that, that's shocking. It's like damn. And if you watch the interview, right, when he initially said that on Truth DVD, I'm in the background like, nah, Fat Joe, cool. Like I'm like, yo, this nigga's bugging. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that Truth DVD was playing in the G Unit office, and they said 50 Cent walked by and stopped and was like, "Who the fuck are those niggas?" And once he seen what he was like, "Yo, all right, I like that." You know what I'm saying? And that's how it started.
So your reaction at the time when you're hearing him do this, like you had no idea he was going to do it at all. You were just like thrown off that he even said that.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, one thing I didn't want to do was come in the game with controversy because it's like, huh, it just becomes about the controversy,
Right.
and then it's like drama is never good. I heard a saying, they said beef is only good for a burger joint. Beef is only good for McDonald's. It ain't good for somebody that's trying to do something with their music or their life that's positive. So I basically was like, we shouldn't do it. You heard?
But then like you guys ended up embracing it though at that point because it was working in your guys' favor to a certain extent. Like you said, you got the attention of 50 and then you guys end up firing on him on on a song though.
Yes. So what happened was this. We was all in the studio. So P.O. got all of us in the studio. Remember, him and Hocus kept saying, we need a movement. We need a movement. So they got Mysonne in the studio. They got Lord Tariq in the studio. Cuban Link came in the studio. It was me and Hoke and my man Drop. Shout out to Drop. Can't forget him. And a whole bunch of us. And we like, yo, what are we going to do? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we going to do? So I'm a big fan of just freestyle rap, right? And we got to get a hard beat. So I was like, who shit is harder than Swiss Beats? We load up the Jada Kiss Blood Pressure. So we loaded that shit up, and everybody like, all right, they vibing to the beat, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set this shit off. I set it off. I dissed Fat Joe first.
Yeah, and then Hocus came after you.
Mm-hmm.
I think was Cuban really there? Because from his account, he said that like he didn't even know you guys were going to do that. Like he didn't want to like push you guys to do that.
No, he didn't. Right. So what happened was this. It was a subliminal diss. It wasn't even like I didn't even say Joe's name. I just said what I said. I mean, you could listen to the song. I didn't say his name. It was subliminal, but everybody else just started firing, and they fired subliminally. You know what I'm saying? And that was that. It just that's the way it was. And then I remember when we did this shit, I still was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with it. And I remember they were like, nah, just put it out, just put it out. So I remember like I had an email list and I contacted everybody, all the DJs that my manager Red Child was in contact with. Mice used his resources, Cuban used his resources, Lord Tariq used his, Hocus used his resources. But I was going hard. I was on my computer, like sending that shit to everybody. That was constant contact. CC, just sending that shit to people, sending it in 200 people at a time. Because I had my email list was crazy with the DJs. And I was like, yo, this shit is going to pick up some steam, you know? When I woke up, that shit was on World Star. That shit was everywhere. I was like, oh, shit, you heard? Like, that shit picked up some steam. Even MTV, Shaheem Reed wrote about it, you know?
Wow.
And I was like, damn, all of a fucking freestyle. That's crazy.